There are traditionally 4 C's to consider when it comes to diamonds: color, cut, carat, and clarity. But some diamonds have a 5th, let's call it charisma. These stones have names, distinct qualities, and reputations that have lasted lifetimes. One of the most famous is the Hope diamond, which at 45 carats has been a heavyweight throughout the centuries with royalty, jewelers, and museums. Welcome back. Just over a week ago, Amnesty International and Global Witness said millions of dollars of blood diamonds are still being smuggled. In addition, even if they aren't conflict diamonds, the conditions in which the stones are mined, the effect of mining practices on the environment, and the enrichment of the few over the many in Africa are still causes for concern. So, can a diamond ever be guilt-free? Joining us now is Donald A. Palmieri, a master gemologist appraiser. Thank you very much for joining us. Obviously, the diamond industry has laid on a huge PR campaign to coincide with this film. They're banding around this figure. Only 1% or less than 1% of diamonds are blood diamonds. Is that a credible figure?
Well, I believe that it is. None of us can be 100% sure just what is coming through the pipeline, but I think those are pretty good estimates. What's really important, Shahab, is that about 6 years ago, during the Civil War, the entire diamond industry, internationally, the global diamond industry, really got together and tried to solve this problem, because the last thing that this is an industry of love and celebration, and this is not an industry that wants to be associated with war, with tragedy, with the horrors that we saw in Sierra Leone and some other countries.
But for example, though, now a diamond has to have a certificate. I mean, a Kimberley processed diamond has a certificate saying this is not a blood diamond. Can you then take from that certificate, can you trace back to the mine where it was dug from and the process that it's been under till it got to the jeweler's shop?
Well, Shahab, our company, Gem Certification and Assurance Lab, has a patent-pending process called Source Veritas, and what we do is we gem print the diamond right from the manufacturer. Now, we only can do this when the diamond dealers, when the diamond importers have the Kimberley process certificate on the rough. But once that diamond is cut and polished, the best scenario was even mentioned in a 2000 report by Global Witness that an instrument called GemPrint could actually take a fingerprint of the diamond, a non-invasive fingerprint of the diamond, and therefore it could be tracked from that point
But doesn't that have
forward.
to be done as soon as it comes out of the ground? Otherwise, anyone could make up anything later on.
Well, you have to understand that there are about 6 major producers and, if you will, organizations like De Beers. And they have what they call diamond tears, select diamond tears. De Beers has site holders. These people are, first of all, are screened very carefully before they are sold the rough diamonds. They are part of an exclusive group of people who have the means, who have demonstrated good corporate
But who's checking that?
responsibility.
Who's actually systematically looking over what these people are up to? Are there systematic checks so we can be sure that our diamond does not have blood on it?
Well, you know, every industry has some bad people, and so I'm sure the Global Witness, if they look very, very hard, will find some. In our industry as well as any other industry. And we applaud the efforts of Global Witness and Amnesty International. We appreciate that they have brought this to light, and we want them to identify for us the people who are creating the conflict diamonds.
But the point is that you're not funding it, though. I mean, it's a $60 billion industry, diamond jewelry, and yet those who are overseeing this thing, like, you know, Amnesty and so on, are volunteers. The diamond industry isn't putting up any money for their industry to be overseen so we can have peace of mind.
Well, I'm not exactly sure how Amnesty and Global Witness are funded. But I can tell you that I was at the opening of the movie in Hollywood last week, and I know that we contributed in the sense that we were there. We wanted to talk with the people who have these concerns, because we have a solution. De Beers also has a solution internationally. Hasn't come to the United States yet, but it is the forever mark that they put on the diamonds. There are ways of tracking and tracing. All one has to do is is talk to the Internal Revenue Service, and there are some transparencies.
We'll have to leave it there, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. Ahead, we'll go through the spectrum of precious stones. Stay with us. Funded many of Africa's wars, but companies have made changes to try to regulate the trade. We have two reports today, one from a country that the diamond industry says is a success, and later from a nation that still has far to go. Jeff Koinange begins first in Botswana.
You are watching a controlled explosion in a diamond mine in northeastern Botswana. It's the world's largest open-pit diamond mine, 600 feet deep so far and vast. It's as wide as 52 football fields. This is the most efficient and safest way to mine diamonds. Here in Botswana, the world's largest diamond producer, all the mining is mechanized, controlled, and above all, conflict-free. The mines do not produce blood diamonds. Since they were discovered here 4 decades ago, diamonds have turned out to be Botswana's best friend. A 50-50 joint venture between Botswana and diamond giant De Beers has led to the creation of one of the most successful businesses in Africa. It's known as Debswana, a partnership that is as rare in Africa as the precious stones they find in these pits. These huge boulders contain some of the world's best diamond deposits. They are hauled in these massive trucks to a tipping area where they are crushed into smaller rocks before they come here, where water pressure forces out more impurities, and so on, one conveyor belt after another in this multi-million-dollar complex. Diamonds are serious business here. The rough gems will end up in the nation's capital, Gaborone, here in a 10-story building where at any one time there are literally millions of diamonds. This building holds more than 75% of Botswana's foreign exchange earnings. This room alone worth tens of millions of dollars, thanks in part to these tiny little precious stones that have transformed what was once Africa's poorest countries to one of its biggest success stories.
This is the 2 carat, roughly, yeah. This is the 2 carat, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's 2 carat stone. Yeah, it's a wonderful stone, it's a good stone, yeah.
Mike Moromeng is responsible for making sure Botswana's diamonds are among the world's finest, and that when they leave here, they are certified, not conflict diamonds.
As we receive diamonds from the mines, they are all packaged in such a way that nobody can tamper with them. In short, to ensure that there is no other diamonds that find their way into Botswana diamonds.
Unlike most other African countries where diamonds seem to bring greed, chaos, and corruption, in Botswana, every stone is systematically evaluated and grouped by quality. The diamonds are not cut or polished here. Every rock is shipped to De Beers headquarters in London and from there sold to diamond dealers around the world. Botswana's Attorney General says despite their care to control diamonds here, she won't be surprised if the movie Blood Diamond has a negative effect on diamond sales. She hopes moviegoers see it for what it is.
I'm going to watch it, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. But I hope that, like me, all the people in the world, when they finish seeing that movie, they will remember what we have just watched is a work of fiction. For 99% of the diamonds in this world, they come from clean countries which are not involved in conflict.
In fact, our invitation here was part of a public relations campaign to create a firewall against the possible negative publicity the Blood Diamond film could stir up. The De Beers Company and Botswana hope to make clear they are more than a cut above any bad blood that might come from blood diamonds. Jeff Koinange, CNN, Gaborone, Botswana.